Yeah, at coach_Cassie on Instagram for that. All right, practice makes permanent when it comes to training variability. How does training variability help with skill acquisition like that? Because you hear that saying all the time, practice makes permanent. So how does it help with skill acquisition?
Sure. Yeah. And I think that's it's not practice makes perfect, right? Because we
Yeah.
practice the wrong thing over and over again.
Did I say perfect? I meant permanent. I'm
No, no,
sorry.
no. No, you said permanent. You said permanent.
Okay.
I just
All right.
mean usually people say practice makes perfect.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
that's so I appreciate you saying permanent
Yeah.
because that's exactly what it is. What you're practicing is what's going to end up being applied to your motor pathway. And I always give the running back example in football.
Hmm.
If you have a running back drill and you say, okay, we're doing this drill where you cut right, cut left, run straight, it's great. They'll get really good at doing that specific drill over and over again, but they're never going to get good at actually reading a defense and reacting to a defense.
Hmm.
So there is the way your motor skill that you want to develop, right? You're challenging them in that appropriate way. These hormones that get elicited, it's just all of a sudden, whatever you're trying to work on, whatever you've been tweaking, then you then apply this variability training, and the athlete is having to create these pathways from their brain to their body on their own, based on their environment, based on these changes. All of a sudden they stick and they apply so much faster at such a more intelligent, not even rate, but just an intelligent way. They're applying their motor skill. They're not just swinging to have a good swing. They're swinging with intent to drive the ball opposite field off of a pitch that they've seen. Like I said, it applies such a better game-like mentality for that hitter, in addition to a game-like pathway for that motor learning to be implemented.
Yeah, and as you've talked about, continuously stimulating that athlete, right, and challenging that athlete to different things so they don't go right on into autopilot.
Yeah, I do think that's kind of the hardest part, because I think athletes are trying to find efficiency in their life because they have so much in their life. If you talk to any high school athlete, and granted, I know I work with a lot of athletes either in the city, right outside of New York City. It is a fast-paced way of life. They're trying to cram their schedule, this, and this. They have homework. Like, their body is searching, or their mind is searching for efficiency because they have so much going on. They can't be 100% fully present in every single thing they do, or they'll burn out. So when they go to do homework, they're trying to create a system for how to do homework. When they're in class, they're trying to create a system for how they take notes. And what I'm trying to do is, when they get into a training session, I want to cut them of that systematic approach of like, all right, well, I'm just going to go through this. How many of this? How many swings should I do of this? I'm like, until you feel like you can't do it wrong. Like, I don't want to give you number 15 because they'll just check a box, boom, 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 15, move on. I want them to actually feel what's going on in their body. I want them to actually know what it's like to do it right, to do it wrong, how to correct back, and to get them present in that state of flow. Variability is just a really great way to cut them of that, because they can't
I like
go
your
into that autopilot.